What's going on, everybody? I figured, I mean, I really want to just talk about Big Brother today. So we just watched the eviction, and I figured it's time to just talk about let's talk about what's going on in the house right now. So obviously, it was a crazy eviction. Not so crazy. It was a little bit of a more predictable one this week. We just saw Amy go home. So I figured today what I want to do on this live stream is just talk about what's going to happen for next week, because obviously like next week a lot of shit could happen. A lot of things could change up now that the whole game is kind of reset. um so a lot happened last week. Andrew, you're my lemon drop. That's crazy. Thanks, Joey. I'm going to highlight that comment. That's actually really funny. How do I Is it not working? Hold on. That is so funny. Hold on. I think this is why it's not working. Here we go. That is so funny. There we go, Joey. I highlighted your comment. Yeah, the eviction was a little bit predictable, but what I wanted to do today is just talk about, like, I want to do like kind of like a tier list. I saw America and Corey do this on their live stream, and I kind of like got inspired a little bit. I figured we could do the same thing this week as well. They did this last week, and I tapped in for a few minutes and was like, yo, I don't even want to watch how they do it because I want to do it myself. Like, this is a really cool idea. So what we're going to do is we're going to do like a tier list in a bit, and we're going to do like a tier list based on if their HOH would be exciting, like from most exciting to least exciting head of household reign. And if we want to see them become head of household. So yeah, let's talk about it. I'm gonna switch the scene over in just a second. I just want to make sure we don't like show any like random ads on the screen because that would be annoying. So let me just set this up here. Okay. Okay, this looks cool. All right, and you know me, I always love my tier list. So we're gonna go and we're gonna go ahead and switch the scene over now. Here we go. All right, here we are. Why am I? Okay, I was gonna say that was weird. But yeah, so tonight's eviction was, I mean, it was expected. Amy's gone. I'm kind of happy that Amy's gone. Like no shade to Amy. I just think it calls for a more exciting week now. Now that she's gone, I think it gives Rachel a little bit more of a struggle. Like, she's kind of forced to play with different people, or maybe she'll just be with Ashley. I don't know. Who knows what's gonna happen now. All right, let's check this out. All right, so we have it. We have the tier list here. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna basically we're just gonna go through each person and talk about, or basically rank on if their HOH would be interesting or not. So I think that's fair. We'll start out with Adrian. So obviously Adrian becoming head of household would definitely. So first of all, I think it would be really bad for his game if he won head of household, because he's already. I mean, the narrative around the house right now is that he's a huge threat. He's winning a lot of challenges. He came close. Well, he's been coming close. Yeah, Bethany. Yeah, tier list. Let's go. And now it's popping up twice. I think we're gonna. There we go. I fixed it. But yeah, so a lot of people are seeing Adrian as somebody that's a strong competitor in the house, and I think that's kind of gonna work against him. Again, if you're just joining, this is not like a power ranking about how you know, like the power ranking, I did that last week. You can go check that out. I still think that power ranking holds true. I tried to make that as accurate as possible for the long term game. But for right now, we're basically just going to talk about how exciting their head of household reign would be, and if it would be even fun, if it would be a fun week. Adrian can't win head of household. Well, he could, but it would be bad for his game. It would be bad. I think it would be terrible for his game to win head of household. I think it'd be a really, really bad move. I'm gonna move the comments like here. We'll move the comments there. Okay, here we go. So yeah, it would be bad for Adrian to win. However, I think that it'd be a little bit exciting. Like, who does he go for? Who do we think Adrian would go for if he wins head of household? I think he goes for Jimmy. Maybe not. I mean, they did have a conversation. I listened because guys, I'm on these feeds. I'm lurking on these feeds constantly. He did tell Jimmy he wouldn't go after him, and he actually just like wants to work with Jimmy. So that would be interesting if he goes against that. Like, I think that'd be really bad for Adrian's game. But for right now, I think that like I just don't know who he would go against. I think that like he's very much said so that I was gonna say. Yeah, Rachel. I do actually I kind of like it better when it's here. I do I do think he kind of goes for Rachel. So I think that Rachel would be someone that Adrian goes for. As far as his two other nominees, I think that he probably makes the house happy and he puts up Keanu as well. That would be pretty cool if he does that. I think that'd be nice. I don't think he's gonna do that. I think that's the smartest move. Ego sources, Andrew off topic. Sorry, but are you doing season 10 Minecraft Big Brother? As of right now, I don't have any plans for that. We're just gonna see where things take us. So I have no comment about that at the moment. It would be cool if I did. I think everyone would love that if I did do that. I see the hearts coming in too. I think that's from Bethany. That'd be really funny if it wasn't. But anyway, would an Adrian HOH be interesting? I think it would. I'm gonna put him in the. Why can't I move this? Why can't I? Oh, whoops. There we go. That was weird. I'm gonna put him in the A tier. If you do, I'm just gonna let you know. Thank you. Hello there, Andrew. Long time no. Yo, what's up, Georgia Jedi? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I think I think Adrian's HOH would be interesting. I don't like the fact that he just like dances around talking game with people. I think that's one of the more annoying things that Adrian does, and I'd rather him like kind of stop dancing around talking game with people. I think like if he were to just be more honest with people about like where his head is at in the game, I think it'd be more like I feel like I'd have a better understanding of like where his head's at, but I really don't at the moment. I'll just give me one moment. So yeah, I think the reason why I'm putting Adrian in like the A tier for HOH excitement, because I think that it'd be really cool and it'd be such a wild card. Like, oh shit, like Adrian's like putting his foot on the gas and he's really gonna start playing the game like really hard, like probably harder than Keanu at this point. And Keanu made an 11-person alliance. So yeah, Adrian's gonna go in the A tier. And Ashley HOH, I think it's pretty obvious what she does. Like, I don't think it's more interesting. I think it's actually less interesting. I think it's more predictable. So automatically, I'm thinking it's gonna be below Adrian as far as like it being interesting. I think Ashley definitely goes for Keanu, Kelly, and maybe to play. It's like I don't see her going after Will. Like, I just don't see her putting Will up. I think she goes after. I don't know. Who does she go after, guys? What do we think? Who does Ashley put up as the third nom? Does she like just try to make someone agree to be a pawn? Like, I don't see her doing it. Like, I don't see her putting up Morgan. She could go far though. Who are we talking about? Ashley? I don't know if Ashley's going to go far. But as far as like how her head of household's going to go if she wins, which I really don't see her. I don't know. She'll go after Vince. Yeah, that makes sense. So I think the three noms would be Keanu, Kelly, and Vince. Which, yeah, A for Adrian, right? I don't want to see that. I think. I mean, that's obviously like that's pretty entertaining. I'm gonna put Ashley's HOH in B. I just think that it's just not gonna be as entertaining because I feel like it's just gonna be Rachel telling her what to do. Whereas Adrian, I feel like Adrian having a head of household, anything could really happen. So that's where I'm at. Ava winning head of household, I think first of all, I think it'd be really bad for her to win. She's in a great spot in the house right now. I think she's like in my top 3 contenders to win the season potentially. As far as like, I think she probably makes jury, like without a doubt. I think people want her around. People like her. So I think she's going far. As far as like an Ava HOH, I don't want to see it. Like I think it's better for her game to not win. I don't know who she puts up. Like, genuinely don't know who she puts up. She's playing the middle perfectly right now. So But on the other hand, it's like, would her HOH be interesting because she is playing the middle? I think that she could piss people off. I think she probably maybe goes after the Lauren, Catherine, and Riley pair. Ava definitely needs to throw head of household. What do you guys think? Like, who does Ava go after if she wins head of household? She'll probably put Keanu up. Yeah, Keanu. It's got to be Keanu. Keanu's, I think, getting nominated like 100% unless he wins head of household. So Keanu's definitely one of the noms for sure. But I think Ava needs to go after. I don't know. Like, what? If I'm Ava, who does Ava go after? Because let's say that this head of household's a luck challenge. Like, let's say that it's completely up in the air and like there's no set. Like, it doesn't take a really good competitor to win this challenge, and she just wins. Keanu and Kelly probably. Yeah, I could see that. So Keanu, Kelly, and then I don't know who the third nom would be. I don't see it being Vince. It's almost. I mean, it's very similar to what Ashley would do. Keanu's such an easy nominee. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I mean, it would be interesting, but I just don't want to see it. I'm gonna put Ava in the C tier. I don't know why it's not letting me click here. Whoa, I did not mean to do that. Okay, here we go. So yeah, I'm gonna put Ava in the C tier as far as like I don't want to see her win a head of household. It's not gonna be interesting. It's gonna be she's gonna play it safe. It's gonna be a very safe head of household. I actually think it's gonna be more of like a Jimmy situation where she's just not gonna get any blood in her hands. She's not gonna really do anything. I don't know. Jimmy can't win, so he shouldn't even be in with these people. So we're gonna put him towards the back. He can't win. If it'll let me move it. There we go. Okay, so up next is Catherine. Catherine winning HOH. I think that would be interesting. I think that Catherine, I don't know, like I actually don't know who she goes after. Riley's safe, right? And Riley being safe for me, honestly, is kind of boring. I think that she's closest with Riley. I think she probably puts Adrian up, to be totally honest. I think Catherine goes after Adrian, Keanu, and Kelly. I think those are her noms. I think that's probably the best case scenario for her. Those aren't necessarily the most boring noms. Like I think she's kind of in the camp of like Ashley as far as like how that week would go. Catherine winning. Who is she aligned with? Yeah, she's aligned with Lauren for sure. I mean, I don't know if she's actually aligned with Lauren. There's some things on feed, like on Twitter, that I'm seeing that she's not. Like, she doesn't reciprocate the same amount towards Lauren. I don't know. But I think Catherine kind of lands in the Ashley camp. I don't really think it'd be too much of an interesting HOH. Actually, I'm actually more inclined to put her in the C. Both of them would. No, Ashley would be interesting because she's kind of a house pariah. So a house pariah winning head of household would be pretty interesting. A Keanu HOH. That would be. I think this is going directly in the S tier. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. A Keanu head of household. That's a best case scenario. And I know a lot of people don't like Keanu. I think you know, if we can ignore the hand washing after using the bathroom and the lack of showers being taken in the house, I think Keanu winning head of household would be the more entertaining one. I think him or Rachel winning, which I might as well put Rachel up in S tier as well. I think a Keanu or Rachel HOH are S tier HOHs at this point in the game because they're on completely opposite. They're on like, okay, like let's say the house is on a spectrum. There's like there's the left or the on your screen. It's the right and then the left side of the spectrum. Keanu's over here. Rachel's like over here. They are the exact opposite sides of the house. Like you cannot be more opposite of each other. Someone said he is the new Turner. That is crazy. I'm gonna tell him you said that. I'm gonna tell him you said that, Willie. I'll be talking to him in like 30 minutes after the stream. So yeah, I think a Keanu HOH. I mean Keanu and Rachel, same. Like we want to see one of them win a head of household for sure. A Kelly head of household. Yes, this is HOH ranking. So if you guys are just tuning in, we're ranking head of household reigns for this next upcoming week based on if that person wins, how interesting it would be, or what the outcome could end up being, right? Keanu winning HOH. Let's dive into like what a Keanu HOH would mean, right? So Keanu HOH, he's putting up Ashley, Rachel, and and Jimmy for sure. Those are the three. It's Jimmy, Rachel, and Ashley. Which like at I guess you could say like it might actually not be so entertaining because it's like I don't know, like I could just see Keanu also just like fumbling and like Jimmy lying to him and him like actually believing Jimmy and him not like and him just like totally not going that route, even though that's like the most obvious for his game. I feel like Keanu like doesn't really have a good sense of the game. So I feel like he could do that. It would be interesting though because like I mean that's like this is like this is like Devin Shepard levels of head of household reigns and shout out Devin. Shout out Devin. Want to see him come back. Hero, this is a head of household ranking. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I think Keanu does. Rachel, I think Rachel does exactly what Ashley does. The reason why I think I put Ashley, the reason why I put Rachel in S tier is because I think Rachel's just gonna be more like showman, like she's gonna be like very like performative about her head of household reign, and I think just like you look at the past and like any Rachel head of household reign or any Rachel Riley head of household reign has like always been pretty iconic. So getting that hero would be great. I think the producers, if they have any say in who wins challenges, which I don't really believe that they fix challenges, but if they, if they were to rig any week, I think this would be the week to do it. I think Rachel is that, she just got a number taken off of her side. I think that her becoming head of household here would be pretty incredible. I think she nominates Kelly, Keanu, and Vince. I mean, that's clear as day. Maybe she puts up Zach as a replacement nominee. I could see that happening. But those are, for me, it's obvious. Like, you know what I mean? It's very obvious about what Rachel would do. I would think a Kelly head of household. I'm gonna put this in the A tier. I don't know why my tier list is like laggy. Might as well put Riley with Catherine. He'll just do whatever she says. Yeah, we'll get to Catherine. So yeah, I just think that Kelly is not a good game player at all. She'll do whatever Vince says, I believe. Like I think that feels closest with Vince. It seems that way, but she's also like she's not really close to anybody, if I'm gonna be totally honest. From what it seems like on the feed, she's not really close with like a single soul in that house. She's kind of on an island. Same with Keanu. I don't think that her HOH would be as interesting. I think that like she's just gonna dig herself a bigger grave. She'll probably make similar nominations to Keanu, but I could also see her putting up Keanu if that were the case, just to like maybe integrate herself better with the house. I just don't know like what Kelly would do. She's very unpredictable, so I can't really get a good read on like what Kelly would actually do. And like her 3 noms, if I had to guess, it would be Rachel, Ashley, and I could see Vince telling her to put up Mickey. I could totally see that. But maybe she just takes a shot at Jimmy because it makes the most sense in my opinion. I think that because like Jimmy just nominated her. You know what I mean? I feel like that makes the most sense. Kelly HOH would be crazy. Yeah, it's the same. I mean, it's the same, like we get the same result if Keanu was HOH. You know what I mean? But I just think that like because Keanu is just like universally like everybody nominates him except for maybe Kelly. I think that that's why like Keanu's HOH would be the most entertaining because it's just like one, you get Keanu in the house for at least 14 more days in the house. So that's, I mean, like he makes it to like early August now. So we're going to see Keanu on our screens until early August. If he, well, I mean, we see him, I mean, we at least have Keanu until the 31st of August. The longer Kelly stays, the more the season becomes Big Brother Survivor Gabon. I agree. I think Kelly doesn't really like know what's going on. I think she's actually more of a Survivor fan, and the fact that you bring up Survivor is really funny. But yeah, she's more of a Survivor fan. I think she just got like cast for Big Brother because they needed somebody like her. You know what I mean? Like they were looking for somebody like Kelly, and they just like put her on the cast. Yeah, I think Kelly just should go in A tier. Let's skip to Lauren. So Lauren would actually be very interesting as well. I think that she's just gonna be manipulated by maybe Zach. Like I think she just goes along with whatever Zach says. I think if she's gonna pick a side, it's gonna be Zach. I think she feels closest with Zach. I think Catherine stays safe. I think Riley stays safe. I think Morgan probably stays safe. I think I don't know if she would be the one to take the shot at Rachel. Like I just think that it may be like she may think it's too early to take that shot. So maybe she goes after Keanu, which it could be a boring week. So in my opinion, I don't really want to see Lauren win head of household. I think she's also kind of playing the middle really well right now. So her winning head of household would be really bad. I think that she should kind of just stick to her. Like I think it's yeah. Then I look at it. I think yeah. I'm gonna put Ava in D tier. Honestly, we don't want to see Ava or Lauren win head of household. Really bad for their game and just entertainment purposes. It would just not be a good week. Mickey winning head of household, I would actually like to see that because I think it's kind of up in the air as far as you said Lauren should be in C tier. Yeah, I would say that, but I think that Lauren and Ava should be together. I think they should go in D tier. No one wants to see a Lauren HOH. She's not gonna make decisions for herself. She'll end up just going with. She can't make up decisions for herself. She really can't. She'll be forced to pick a side, and that's like the most entertaining part about her HOH reign if she does win head of household. But I just think that she'll take the safe route. She's more likely to go after Keanu than Rachel, and I think that if she were to take a shot at Rachel, that would make me want to put her higher, maybe put her in a B or an A, but I just don't see her doing that. I think that she's just in a really good spot right now. All right, as far as Mickey goes, she feels good with Ashley. She feels good with Morgan. She definitely takes a shot at Keanu. She definitely takes a shot at Adrian. And Kelly. So it's Keanu, Adrian, and Kelly, I think, are her noms. I believe Mickey stated she's after Catherine. Yeah, I think she is. However, I don't think that she's willing to take that shot so early. Yeah, Mickey does not need a head of household. I think that we can agree on that. I think she probably. I'm gonna put her in the B tier. I think it would be interesting because one, I like to see Mickey show her cards, but I don't think she necessarily needs to win head of household. I do think that she would be smart with it. I think that she would be able to make really smart decisions for her game. I just don't. We don't want to see her win head of household. I think it's way too soon to see her win head of household. It would be boring if she did. She'd go after Keanu. She'd go after the typical targets, and I just think that's kind of boring. Morgan head of household. I think this one would be. I feel like you would on paper a Morgan head of household would be very awesome because she's already a paranoid wreck. This is kind of like Vanessa Russo winning head of household. Morgan's already kind of gone up a few points on my on my rankings. I really like watching Morgan play. She plays a lot. She plays very hard. She's always gaming. She's good with a lot of people. I don't necessarily think she's really on Rachel's side. I don't think she's with Ashley. I think she kind of doesn't like Ashley or Rachel. So I could see her going after them, but I think that because it's still very early on in the game, there's 15 people left. I do think that she would probably take the shot at Keanu. I don't think that she goes after Jimmy unless it's a backdoor. But then again, it's the blockbuster twist really it decentivizes people to want to backdoor people because it's they win the blockbuster, they're coming right after you. Morgan isn't on Vanessa Russo level. I think she will. She will. Just not yet. She's not on her level yet, but she will be, and you'll see. She's good. Yeah, Morgan's one of my favorite characters this season. I agree. I totally agree. Because of that, I think we're gonna put Morgan at an A tier because I don't really know. I feel like her her showing her cards, I think it would kind of set the game in motion. I think Morgan's a very pivotal player, and I think that once she publicly chooses who she's with, that'll get the ball rolling a little bit. I think it'd be really more interesting if she goes against Rachel. I like an underdog story. I don't want to see Rachel lose automatically. I just want it to be tough for Rachel. I don't want it to be easy Suri. I don't want it to be easy for her like it was for Paul. I'd rather it be a struggle for Rachel. I don't want to see Rachel go. I just want it to be hard for Rachel. A lot of these players need more time in the house to actually cook and show their cards and strategic abilities. I agree because it's too early. When you have a big cast, especially 17 people, it's players like Morgan and even players like a Mickey or Lauren, they're gonna play it safe. It's way too early to take a shot at Rachel. So, do I think Rachel's gonna go home this week? No. If she ends up on the block, even if she's backdoored and veto, trust and believe the producers are gonna put a challenge that is equitable enough for Rachel to win the blockbuster. There's no way I just don't see Rachel getting nominated against. Hear me out, guys. I don't see Rachel getting nominated against comp threats. She's aligned herself with people like Ashley and like the girls, where it's like there's no scenario where she's on the block going into a blockbuster challenge with somebody like Keanu. And I don't know if Rachel did this intentionally, but think of this. Who in the house is going to nominate Keanu and Rachel together? I think Adrian would, right? So, like, yeah, an Adrian head of household, that would cook, because then Rachel's kind of screwed because you got somebody in a blockbuster like Keanu that could beat Rachel. So if you really want to get Rachel out, you have to put a comp beast up there with her. But there's, like, nobody in the house that would, like, that's not working with Rachel and Keanu. They're either working with Rachel or they're working with Keanu, or they're, you know what I mean? It's just like I don't see a world where the two of them end up on the block together unless the head of household is Adrian. So I'm actually like almost willing to put Adrian in the S tier of like interesting head of households. And the reason why I'm not is because like he's so boring when it comes to game talk. It's like it almost puts me to sleep. Like he is one of the most boring contestants as far as like game talk goes. Whereas like Vince and Morgan, I really like listening to them talk game. That's just me. The house all seen well, Rachel and the jury at best. Yeah, I know. I've watched the feeds. I've heard that also. But it's weird because it's like, why? Like, I don't understand like why they need her so bad in jury. Like, it's because like, she can break down somebody's game. It's like, what? Like, why? That's such a stupid reason. Keanu versus Rachel, which side wins? Okay, well, if Keanu's on the let's say it's the two of them at the end on the block at the end of the week. I don't know how that happens. I don't know who wins blockbuster. Maybe Adrian wins blockbuster and it's Keanu versus Rachel. The house is voting out Keanu. No one's working with Keanu. Like, Rachel just has a better social footing, especially this week. There's no way Keanu is going home. Oh, sorry. There's no way Rachel is going home against Keanu, especially this week. So yeah, Morgan. Back to Morgan being HOH. Yeah, I think Morgan would go in the A tier as far as interesting head of households go. Okay. Riley's not going to win head of household, and again, he would do whatever Catherine does. I'm more inclined to put him in the C tier, but he's way more competitive than Catherine is. I think that he would take a shot at Ashley. I'm really inclined to put him in the A tier, and that's probably gonna be a hot take. I know you guys probably won't agree with this take, but I think a Riley HOH would be so out of left field and like so unpredictable. I think if he just like somehow stumbled into the head of household reign, I think that he would definitely have to show his cards, obviously, but I think that he would make decisions that are not smart for his game. I don't think he's very strategic, and I think that it would just like, I don't know. I think that he would piss a lot of people off, and I think that it would be really good. That would be really good for Keanu's game. I don't think he's going after. Well, I know he is going after Keanu, but Riley should be in D tier. He doesn't bring much. Yes, but I think that he's like not in tune strategically too well. Where I think that he would definitely go after some interesting people. Like, I think he wants to go after Keanu, but I think he also like has vendettas against random people because he doesn't like the fact that people are spreading this him and Catherine narrative about how Catherine doesn't like him. Like, I think he's very much pissed off at Ashley for that currently, and I could be wrong if he's currently still mad, but I think that I don't like Riley, but I think he would be a really funny head of household. I agree. That's why he's in A tier. Maybe I'll drop him down to B. Maybe not. Bro does not go. Yeah. I think maybe I'll drop him down to B tier. It's very unlikely. Like, guys, let's be so real. It's very unlikely he'll win head of household. He doesn't even want it. So it's like, we're not going to get a Riley HOH. There we go. Okay. Now, Vince. We know what a Vince head of household brings, right? It's a lot of unpredictability. Except I think this time I think Vince is the only person in this house, or one of the only people in this house that would actually take a shot at Rachel. I think that he's in the position where he's already gotten blood on his hands, where he might actually just need to take the shot at Rachel before she takes the shot at him. I think he's very much aware. I think that his head of household could end up being boring though, because he does try to play a safe game. So I'm like inclined to put him either in the A or B because there's just no way that a Vince HOH is going to be as interesting as a Keanu head of household. I think maybe we'll put him in B. Actually, I get what you're saying because a lot of people still think he's on their side, and when he's head of household, they'll see who he's really aligned with. Yeah, yes, exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. As far as I think you're talking about Riley. So to reply to Coach Carter's comment here, I'll just put it right here because actually that makes more sense to put it there. I think that Riley showing his cards would throw a lot of people off because a lot of people feel good with Riley, and everyone kind of just sees him as like a non-entity in the game. I don't see him going after Zach or Morgan. I think he's cool with them, unless Morgan was stirring up Catherine drama. Like I don't see Morgan going up. Let's see. Willie said Vince could target Ashley, Rachel, and probably Morgan. So I don't think he's going after Morgan. I think Vince is very close with Morgan. Unless I missed something today, I did not watch the live feeds today. So unless I missed something on live feeds today about Vince not being close with Morgan, then I don't know. I personally don't want to see Vince win head of household due to the fact that I don't like too many repeating HOHs early in the game just to see other. Yeah, I don't think that he's going to win head of household. I think he'll probably throw it. Yeah, I'm definitely I'm good with putting him in the B tier for that, for sure. But yeah, having a back-to-back HOH that early, I mean that's like some Rachel Riley shit if we're gonna be so honest. Will head of household. I feel like I want to put him in the A tier, and just the fucking website is so laggy. What's going on? I think it's this. I have there's some ads on the screen. I think it's kind of fucking with the website. Anyway, damn, it almost crashed on me. Yeah, I'm more inclined to put Will right there in the A tier. I think because he probably goes after Jimmy, and I think that like anybody going after Jimmy, that's cause for a very interesting week. I think he still goes after Keanu, maybe Kelly, maybe he puts up Jimmy. I don't know. But I think Will's definitely going to listen to people like Ava. So, like, this could be a way for Ava to be able to, like, have some power in the game indirectly. So, yeah, I don't really know, like, how much to say about Will. Like, I like Will. I think he's, like, very good socially right now. I think that, I think he kind of does need to win head of household rather than not winning. I think he probably will try to win it because he just got nominated. And I think that like it would be smarter for him to win it than not win it, if that makes sense. Because now he's just an easy option to go up. I feel like his chances of going up on the block are kind of high, but I don't know if anyone would take that route. I think that like the fact that it was so unanimously like agreed and collectively agreed that like there's no way Will is going home if he was on the block at the end of tonight's episode, that like maybe he's in a good spot because of that. Like he's got a lot of people that don't want to get him out so early, and because they like him so much is because he's like pretty social, and they don't show enough about him on the episodes. Like they did that like one like military segment with him, which like totally just didn't really show like much of what he's doing in the game. They didn't really highlight on his social game. And like Zach talked about it in a little bit. I don't know. But yeah, I think a Will HOH. I would like to see that. I'd like to see that. Zach HOH. I'm gonna throw him in the category of either B or C. Let me if this wants to load. I'm thinking of putting Zach in the. What do we think about Zach? I'm thinking C or B. Yeah, I'm thinking C or B. Just because we'll put him in B. We'll put Zach in B. I don't want Will to be a pawn star this season. I agree. That was Amy's job. Amy's gone. Keanu's just going to be the collective house target. This is going to be just like, this is very reminiscent of BB16. Keanu is definitely going. Like, literally, I think everybody nominates him. Everybody nominates Keanu this week. I think that what we just went through, I think everybody nominates Keanu. I think Jimmy said it best. Like, he definitely said, yeah, I'll put Jimmy in. I'll put Zach in C. Once, if the page wants to load. The page may crash on me for some reason. I don't know why. So now that we're looking at this, I think Jimmy said it best. He's like, I want to set the next head of household up the best as possible because I want it to be easy for them. So yes, it could be. I think that's kind of where we're at right now. I think if I had to change anybody, I may put Adrian down, but I could see Adrian going after Jimmy. I think that anybody that was just nominated automatically goes up higher because they were just nominated, and it'd be interesting to have that like the power go back and forth. You know what I mean? That's kind of where I land at. That's kind of where I'm landing at right now as far as that goes. I think I don't know. That's my list. You guys can screenshot it. We can reference it back at some other point. I'm gonna switch the scenes. We can just go back to my face and we can just talk about like the rest of the game and where everybody else is kind of at. So yeah, this upcoming week, I don't even know if the feeds are up. I can check right now. Let's see if the feeds are back. I doubt they're back, but it'd be interesting to see if they are. I really doubt they are. I'm pulling it up right now. Feeds are not back. I'm closing the tier list website because that was kind of laggy. It was kind of lagging my screen, guys. Sorry. So yeah, feeds are still down. I don't expect the feeds to be back at any time tonight. If I'll be totally honest, like I think they'll be down for an hour or two. And the fact that they had the feeds off yesterday, I think they were kind of letting them sleep in. It's potential that it could be an endurance challenge, and if it's an endurance challenge, Adrian could win it. If it's wall comp Wednesday, man, I think Adrian might have a shot. Adrian might actually have a shot. And I would be here for it. I'd be here for it. He's in the A tier as far as how interesting the head of household would be. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be looking back at this stream tomorrow morning and seeing where we're at as far as where we're at as far as like who wins head of household. I'll be and we'll see if I'm right as far as what we just deducted here. As far as that goes, I'm interested to see who wins head of household. I'm not going to be streaming the whole night. I have to work on some videos. I got a video coming out. Now this is the BB Unlocked I signed up for. Yeah, what's up, man? You just kind of came in at the very end of it, but yeah. So anyway, we got a video coming out on Wednesday where me and Bethany go over all of Julie Chen's premiere outfits, and so that'll be coming out on Wednesday. Big Brother Minecraft Season 9, Episode 2 is coming out tomorrow. So that is coming out at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. That'll be great. You guys should all tap into that. It's going to be a great episode. Can't wait for you to be on Big Brother one day. Dude, I fucking hope. I don't know what they're doing. They got to, I'm telling you, I would love to be on. I would absolutely do it in a heartbeat. There's no question. I would stop everything I'm doing to be on Big Brother for sure. I've been such a fan for so long. Can't wait for another record of shortest wall comp time. Yeah, same here. They need to bring back the pressure cooker. They need to bring the pressure cooker back. The fact that they only brought it back for 25. It's the 25th anniversary. They could do it. That's 2 p.m. PST for me to watch BBMC 9. Yes. I must be on the mole one day. Yeah, if they I don't think it was I know they just canceled The Circle on Netflix. I know that they just canceled that. Yay, outfit tier list. Yeah, so me and this Bethany right here, we did a tier list video where we rank the premiere outfits that Julie Chen wore for every premiere for Big Brother. That is coming out on Wednesday. It is a really great video. It's a really funny one. It's Bethany's debut on the channel, so everyone should go check that out when it comes out. I like just doing random tier list videos. I don't really like to do the typical we're gonna break down the game of Big Brother type shit. I like to do it a little differently. I think it's more fun when we kind of just do random random tier lists. I think it's fun. I applied to be on season 2, got rejected. Oh shit! Like most of me applying to MC shows, hey, it happens, man. It's not easy to get on these things for sure. It's definitely not easy to get on these shows. I've personally never even got a call back for anything, which is for me. I'm still kind of shocked. I don't know. That's just me. Awesome. Yeah, I hope to do. I think I'm gonna do these like post like episode after shows. Like I'm gonna try to do them every week after the eviction ends, because I think it's fun to just talk about what we just watched. I mean, is there anything you guys want to talk about from the episode that we just watched? I mean, I really didn't get too much from it. It felt a little rushed. Like I feel like they did try. It seemed like they did try to cram in a lot of stuff. I'm still shocked that for me, I'm still kind of shocked that we're 2 weeks in, and we haven't even gotten the like alliance highlight of Vince. What is it? Vince, Zach, and Morgan. I feel like that's a very important alliance that we're just not seeing. Bro, Alyssa Riley is going off on Twitter, by the way, on me. Not me. What is she saying? Is she upset with what is she upset with? I'm curious. I'm pulling up Twitter right now. Lemon drop. Wow, so I'm looking on Twitter right now. Amy just broke a record for having 18 votes cast against her in a single season. With that, she breaks a 20-year-old record that was set by Kaser back in season 6. Wow. That's crazy. Let's talk about Lemon Drop. That was crazy. Wasn't that crazy? Julie just like dropped that out of nowhere. I felt like she kind of like went off script at that one. That was like Chenbot malfunction. That was crazy. Oh, Alyssa's talking about Derek. No one cares what Derek has to say. Oh yeah, we got BB Unlocked. So BB Unlocked should be fun. I'm excited to see what it's gonna be like. I mean, I hope they don't like fuck it up. Like, I mean, they have every opportunity to really ruin that that show. So I don't know. They showed like the little preview of like who the celebrity could be, and I saw the pots and the pan. I thought it was Josh. And I was like, they're calling Josh a celebrity? There's no way. There's really no way. Epic says, I think a majority rules return would be really fun. I think they're not gonna do majority rules anymore. I just don't think that's gonna happen. What's Lemon Drop? I didn't watch the episode. So Will basically called his wife his Chocolate Drop. That's his like nickname for his wife. And then Julie said, "Am I your Lemon Drop?" And then like I was like, my jaw was on the ground. I could not believe that Julie said that. She really, really went off script. That was insane. So yeah, that's what that was. Also, Landry's got your profile picture, Carolyn in tears. That is crazy. What was the context behind that photo? Like, what is the context behind that? So funny. Yeah, but anyway, guys, I appreciate y'all for popping out to the stream today. I think we're gonna do more of these. I'll try to do so. Yeah, when I start working in a few weeks, I go back to working on a very super secret project. Cannot tell you what I'm working on. It's a real life show, but I go back to working on that. Julie getting scandalous, yeah. So yeah, when I start working on this super secret project in a few weeks, I will be kind of like stationed out of a hotel room. And depending on how good the Wi-Fi is at the hotel room that they kind of put me at, I'll try to do these live streams, but it'll be from my laptop. I just don't think it's gonna work out. But I really want to try because I do like being able to like just talk about what we just watched. And I think we're gonna do this when Survivor starts again, like Survivor 49 or whatnot. So we'll be doing that as well. It'll be really fun. I don't think so. I think it's the guy that played Superman. It's a celebrity guest. I don't know. I don't know how they would get that. Very strange. Anyway, guys, yeah, thank you all for tuning into the stream. I appreciate you all for popping out. We'll be doing these weekly for now, so we'll just see what happens. We got a lot of content coming to you guys. Excuse me. We have a lot of content coming to you guys. I definitely recommend staying subscribed, keeping the notifications on, because we have so much content coming this summer. I literally like spent almost a year planning out all the content just for like this crazy summer of epicness. So I hope you guys are excited for it, because I am. So with that being said, thank you all for popping out to the stream. I'll see you guys in the next one.